What is a brand? For a long time, people have different explanations, different definitions. And I think, a word that's, quite common, today is vibes. Like a big thing is, what is the feeling that your brand creates? And in modern parlance, you say, what is the vibe of your brand? And that's what we talk about. Like when we're creating your strategy, it's like, what kind of vibe do you want to create? What kind of vibe does your customer want? Like, how do you create that synchronization between who you are and what your customer wants that is both authentic to yourselves and your identity, but also resonates with your customer base? And that's what, really building a strong brand is about. It's like, what feeling do people have when they think about your business? And what avenues do you have to shape that feeling? So that's what we mean by brand. And how do you shape the brand? Shape the brand through what's the experience like when they see your advertising? What's the homepage talk about on your website? Is it just a inventory, call for price? Or is it talk about, the 2 events you're doing this month, how you participate in the local fishing derby, or how you are involved in the community, what your team does to give back to the community, how amazing your showroom is, how premium the lifestyle is, how great the service is. There are all sorts of different ways to communicate the vibe or brand that drives the feeling that connects with your audience, that makes you not just an option or a place where they can buy inventory at a low price. It has to be more than that. It has to be a feeling that makes your customers, your prospects, feel like you are the only place that they would ever consider buying a boat from. One of my boats, I'm not going to name names here, but zoom out. I bought a boat at a company. They happened to be the dealer that carried the brand locally. It was a transactional, terrible, like go in the dentist experience. There was no brand. It was just, here's a thing, buy the thing, do the finance, see you later. I never bought a second boat from them. I don't ever want to go back there again. It was just off-putting. The second boat I bought, completely different experience. It wasn't a big company. They had a modest showroom, but the vibes were awesome. You walked in and it wasn't even boats. It was all the fun things you could do behind a towboat. And you almost walked through the pro shop with like the surfboards and the tubes and pictures and videos of people surfing. And it was great. You walked in and you're like, hey, this is my vibe. And then once you walked through the entryway, you could see the inventory of the boats. Maybe they had 10 boats in inventory. And the people were super friendly and casual and asked me like what I was looking to do and what kind of boat is my first boat. Am I upgrading a boat? Do I have a trade-in? And it was just very casual and very friendly, and love that buying experience. It was like one of the best buying experiences I've ever had in buying boats. I bought, several half dozen boats over my lifetime. And I'd say like that really sticks out till today. Like it was the right vibe for what I was looking for at the time. Now, if I was buying a different kind of boat, if I was a different kind of person looking for a different type of boating lifestyle, maybe you walk in, you have a glass of champagne and go look at, 50-foot cruisers. That's a different experience. And that's what we're talking about. Like there's lots of ways to have your own brand identity that work for both you and the customer. And big part of strategy is figuring out what that brand is and how to express it across the digital and physical domains.